I was up in my attic a few days ago. Nothing much, just dusting the place out, putting the stuff in the garbage. While I was doing this, I found something interesting. A cracker. To be specific, a Christmas cracker. You know, the ones that you pull and they try to make the little snap sound? I picked up the cracker to inspect it. It looked to be bought around my early childhood. Very dusty and everything else in my attic. The design was very simplistic. All black except for the smaller rose shaped to the thing glued to the main piece of the cracker with 2 red ribbons on the sides. I brought the cracker down from the attic and into my room. After some thought, I decided to open it and yet just finish cleaning up my attic. I got that done and came back to my room to open the cracker. When I ripped the 2 sides, it made a very alarming snap. Now that I think of it, the snaps more sounded like a screech than a snap. So I opened up to see what was inside, and the first thing I dug out of the cracker was a golden plastic crown. I thought it wouldn't fit over my head due to it being small for children. But the next thing I took out was a joke. The paper was written on seemingly very crinkled. The joke was horrible as always. What is the fastest fish in the world? A motor pike. Then I took the last item. The thing I pulled out was a clay statue of a disembodied head mouse. The sculpture had no paint on it, so it was just a light brown color. The head was heavily detailed with small whiskers and incredibly designed fur. Now this is something you don't even find in firecrackers. It was even creepy looking. So why would it be geared towards young children? But at the time I didn't even notice of that and just put my head on the desk because it was cool looking. That night I had a dream that I was a mouse. I was running from something. I would just keep running and hiding until suddenly some creature would dance off of my head. I thought it was a strange dream, but I didn't think much of it. I did went through my daily routine, showering, getting dressed, and eating, but I felt a bit showered, as if I was dizzy, but I wasn't. When I got to work, I worked on a paper company. I felt miserable and couldn't figure out why. At lunch, I overheard some of my coworkers saying I looked really tired and sort of not really there, but I brushed it off. I got home and watched some TV, ate dinner, and then got on my computer around 8 at night. I looked at my desk only to find the mouse head glaring up at me. For some reason, thinking about it made me not want to use my computer. I went to bed. I had the same dream that night, but it was different. The time period from running away to hiding out of point and being decapitated was longer. I felt more dizzy and out of it, like I did at work the day before when I woke up the next morning. I felt even worse than last time. I phoned work telling them I was sick and I couldn't come. I basically did nothing that day, just eat and use my computer. And like the 2 nights before, I had the same dream, but more dizzy and prolonged. The next day when I woke up feeling better, I decided to go to work. But before I did, I disposed the mouse head in the hopes of not having that crazy dream again. To my surprise, I didn't have that dream. But the very next day I got to my desk, the mouse head was back on my desk, as if it hadn't been touched. Immediately I threw it in the garbage disposal, hoping I would not see that damn mouse head again. But boy was I wrong. Even after disposing the head, I kept on having these dreams every night. After a while I stopped sleeping constantly, drinking coffee and not leaving my house. My phone was stockpiled with messages and my emails had overgrown. I was starting to go insane. Sometimes I thought I could see the creature from my dreams out of my corner of my eye. Whenever I looked in the direction of where the thing was, nothing would be there. After weeks of this, I finally went to sleep and I didn't have any dreams. When I woke up, I felt well and I was not dizzy. Maybe I decided to go out and get something to eat, knowing that by now my boss would probably fired me. So I was about to crawl out of my bed when I noticed something in the doorway. It was the creature staring directly at me. I didn't move because I was so scared. Its eyes were dark and maroon. but it's all I could remember from the creature look-alike. I couldn't stand it any longer and finally moved my head to right to reach for my handgun. But however, I was too late to do anything. He already had me on the last thing I remember was darkness encompassing in my head and eerie silence. I found myself in a house. My vision was blurred and hearing muffled. I thought I could see the outline of the little girl playing with something. Trying to move around, I knocked something over. The girl screamed and I heard the footsteps on the staircase. Her mom walked in, but she acted like I wasn't even there. Why wouldn't she acknowledge me? The girl was calmed and started playing again. And so forever, I think. I walked through the halls of this house I am in. I don't know if I'm still alive or dead, but I'm probably dead.